Hey guys, it's Kaylee. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be looking at everything onions, talking about everything onions. So from seed harvesting to actually regrowing offcuts from store-bought onions. So I hope you guys stick around. It's really interesting and let's dig into it.
So firstly, you're going to want to establish the bottom end of the onion from the top end of the onion. This is the top. Usually there's a little bit of a stem sticking out there. And then on the bottom is the roots. So you can see here are all the old roots. And then we're going to go ahead and cut it just a little way from the roots, just to give it a little bit of onion flesh to adhere to. And then we're gonna do another one. This one was rotten, so I was gonna put it in my compost, but let's grow it. Just make a little slice. It makes it a bit easier to get the layers off. So just take those rotten layers off. You don't want those on when you are propagating the roots. And just peel off that whole layer. Make sure there's no brown onion skin or anything near the roots, just so they have a better chance of growing and also to prevent rotting from occurring. There's a little bit more rot over there that we need to cut out, so let's just take another layer off. That looks better. Okay, then let's just take some shallow tubs and pour a little bit of water in. Then we're going to put our onions into the water. Let them float nicely, or if it's a shallower tub, it will be able to touch the bottom. And then this is after about 2 days. You can already see those roots growing. And this is the other one. You can also see the shoots starting to form and starting to grow up basically from nothing, which is amazing. I think this is so cool. Then this is about after 3 days. You can see those roots are still growing. And this one I've had in water for about 2 weeks maybe. And those roots are stunning. You can even see the bulbs starting to form. This is about after 5 days, 4-5 days. You can see those roots are really growing nicely. And here's the other one. You can see those shoots popping up, starting to grow above where you cut it. Those roots are coming along real well. And let me just take it out and show you guys. Look at those roots just after a couple of days. You need to remember to change the water every day just to give them fresh water. to promote healthy root growth. This is the other one. Also growing really well. This is the one that I've had in water for about 2 weeks. Still, those roots are growing. And look at those shoots. Wow, look how long they are. So here you can see exactly where the shoots are going to come out from. And then we're going to want to put the roots into some water. Make sure they're touching the water. And then pop it in the windowsill. Okay, so what we have here are a few offcuts of onions that I've prepared to show you guys. So this is what it looks like when the roots start growing. And you'll slowly start to see these popping up into these. So let me just go through it. These are not all the same age, or they haven't been in water for the same time. So this one has been in the longest. I just actually it should have been planted already, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. So look at those roots. Awesome roots. Look at those onions forming over there. And then when you plant it, basically what you can do is just take off the rotten pieces. So you might want scissors, but just peel that off. Peel that off and throw it in your compost. As much as you can, because the onion will form again. So let's just try get most of this off. There we go. Now you have a super healthy onion to plant in your garden and watch it grow. Look at those roots. That's amazing. I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of these ones. These ones are not as old as that one, but look at that one popping up there. There's a little shoot. And you're going to want to change the water every day, just to give them some fresh water. And look at those roots. And again, you can just go through and take off the rotting pieces before you plant it in the garden. Just gives it a little boost as a healthy onion. Just be careful of the roots. Yeah, just go in and take all of that extra, all those extra layers off that don't look too healthy. So you just do that, and that will go into your garden. Here's another one. Whoops. Here's another one. This is the latest one that I've done. You can see these roots are starting to come up. So this one I'm going to leave a little longer before I plant it, just so it can develop some nice roots before we put it in the garden.
And this one is really growing well as well. Look at those roots. And then this one, I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like when it starts to grow. So each of these will become a separate onion. So that is really cool. You can get more than one onion out of a cutting. This one just came out of the ground. I don't know if it was the dogs or something, but so yes, and then you can break them apart. And there is an onion. Three onions from a cutting. Very cool.
Let's go ahead and prepare this bed. Oh, we got an earthworm. These guys are really good for your garden. Don't hurt them. They are amazing for your garden. So I'm going to use some bio-ocean fertilizer. It's good for indigenous trees, vegetables, shrubs, anything, you name it, and it is amazing. It's really helped my garden and I'm so glad I found it. Let's just mix in the fertilizer a little. You don't need a lot, just sprinkle a little bit on the soil and just mix it in so it's not on the surface of the soil. Well, most of it isn't. Okay, let's go ahead and start planting. So you're going to want to make sure that the bulb that is forming or the shoots are above the ground. Just give it a little bit of a pat down, making sure not to damage the roots at all. And again, as long as they are above the ground, especially with the smaller ones, the smaller shoots, even if they've got long roots, you need to make sure those green pieces are above the ground. And then the ones that don't really have much of a shoot, you can just lightly cover with some soil. Just super lightly. And gently pat it down. And just carry on and do the same with all of them.
And then you guys can see just how much I've buried them, making sure that all the shoots are sticking out, and lightly covered for the ones that had baby shoots. So I'll keep you guys posted on our onion propagation and planting, so you guys can see exactly what happens.
Then let's just go ahead and give them a little bit of water. So this is what an onion that has bolted looks like, and you're gonna want to wait for these to dry out a little bit so that the seeds will just fall out when you harvest the seeds. You can see all the seeds inside the little pods here. You usually get about 3 or 4 seeds per flower, basically, because the onion flower as a whole is made up of a whole bunch of little flowers. Then you're just gonna grab a container, grab your dry onion flour and just shake it around a little bit into the container, and the seeds will fall out. If you're battling a little bit or some of them seem a little bit stuck, you can try different ways of trying to get them out. So just fold them up in a bit of kitchen towel and just dab it and push on it until the seeds come out. You can see there the seeds are starting to come out. And if you still have a few stubborn ones, you can take them out individually with your fingers. And then you're going to want to just take out all of the dry pieces of flour. Make sure that you only have the seeds left and pop them into your container. Just make sure there's all of the flour residue is gone. Look at those seeds. Wow, that is amazing. And then again, repeat the process with your next flower and watch those seeds fall out.
And that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and see you in my next video.